Vietnam is one of the Southeast Asian countries rich in biodiversity. In Vietnam, thanks to the large difference in climate from the equatorial region to the subtropical region with a variety of natural terrain, the flora and fauna are diverse. Although the forest area has been at a loss in a long time due to many reasons, the forest ecosystem of Vietnam is still considered to be quite diverse in types. According to some statistics, Vietnam has more than 10,484 species of higher plants, 800 species of moss, 600 species of mushrooms, 275 species of mammals, 828 species of birds, 180 species of reptiles. It is the richness biodiversity that Vietnam forest has attracted many researchers and nature lovers from around the world, and among them is Gary Liang, an environmental activist from Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC10 Netflix channel. And today we're going to have a conversation with Mr. Gary Liang about protecting wildlife worldwide. Hello, Mr. Gary. Welcome to the show. And my first question is, can you share with us about your love of the nature and wildlife?
My love and awareness of nature came about primarily because of my father. My father, who passed away already, he is an outdoor man. He likes fishing, he likes outdoor and all that. And as a kid, we get taken along. And I didn't know that at that time, but it has a very positive impression on me. So that as I grew up, I started having friends that have similar interests. And therefore, I joined a club. In Malaysia, we have a club by the name of Malayan Nature Society. It's the oldest nature society in the whole of Asia. And their job has two parts. The scientific part, which is the professional, and the conservation, the people part, which is members from the public. And we got small groups that like about snakes, they like butterflies, they like fish, they like trekking, they like birds. And as a member, you can go to all of their activities.
So what are the meanings of these activities' effect to the nature?
We hear people say we need to protect the environment, which is good. But you want to have passion about the environment, you got to know the environment. And if you don't spend time in this natural area, how are you going to have a passion? You know? So it's just like you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. If you don't spend time to get to know the person, how are you going to love and develop a deeper relationship? You know? So is nature. You say there's nature there, but you need to spend time. And when you spend time, you create that relationship with the trees, the thing and all. And that's how you develop a deeper passion. And when you have a deeper passion, naturally you will come and you want to protect and preserve it, because you see what's happening in the world today. A lot of people who don't appreciate it, they're destroying our environment.
From experience, what have you gained after each activity?
I think activities that we gain is, number one, within ourselves we create an awareness. And then because we give ourselves the opportunity to go to these areas, we create an awareness, and over time, we start creating an attraction. And that attraction encourages us to discover more. Because nature is something that your whole life you are always learning. Because nature takes millions of years to grow and be where it is today. So you have to go and in time. It's like, I always say, going into the jungle or the forest is like we are going into a library of a university. But the library is what people write, their experience, and they put it in a book. Or now these days, you go through a computer, you search and you read the experience. But if you go to the jungle or nature, there is no book to read. It is the experience you encounter. And every day you go into the jungle, you may learn something different. You may see something different. And you walk away learning something different. Only you need to spend time and be aware. So I always look at going into the jungle is like going to a library. But this library is a living library. Things are moving and, you know. So if you are aware, today you may learn a lesson from certain things that you observe. So it becomes very interesting. You can go to this nature library. Every day is a new lesson. Every day could be something new you are learning. And you share. And sometimes some people are very lucky. The first time they go to the jungle, they see something that is very hard to see. And sometimes I've been going to the jungle for 30 years and I never see that event. And I say, wow, you're so lucky. You first time you come, you see this. I've been going to the jungle for 30 years. I don't even see it. But for the person who see it, they don't even know because I go in, I saw it. Yeah. So to them, it's like quite natural. But if you spend 30 years in the jungle and you don't see it, it's like, you're so lucky. But that is, at different times, they learn different things.
Gary Liang is from Malaysia. He loves wildlife since childhood. He has lived and worked in Vietnam for over 25 years. He has contributed to the protection, propaganda of forests, as well as creating many jobs for the forest-based community. And with the love for the forest, Gary Liang has joined the organization World Wildlife Fund, abbreviated as WWF. In his opinion, natural resources should be used and exploited by humans within the limits that nature can provide, in order to ensure species diversity and ecosystems. He conducts conservation projects that lead to sustainable and stable development from natural services.
I am aware that you have been many forests around the world. So compare the Vietnamese nature with the other countries. What are the differences?
Each country, depend where you are in the world, you are given a very unique set of environment. If you're a very cold country or very hot country or very dry country, you are given a very unique set of environment. And in that environment, you get your very uniqueness of your jungle, forest, or wildlife. Okay, so Vietnam is considered tropical. We are in the tropical zone, and sometimes we have a very distinct dry and wet season. Sometimes if you go north of Vietnam, you got the cold season as well. And this temperature or the sunlight affects the trees, the animals. Come across a lot of foreign visitors. They are from Europe. They have forests as well. They have montane forests, pine forests, evergreen forests. But one thing different, Vietnam forests or the rainforest or tropical forest with their forest is our forest is very, very rich. In a small area, we got a lot of things surviving and a lot of biodiversity inside compared to the European forest. So you can just sit for a while, you will see insects, birds, a lot of things moving around. But if you're in the temperate forest, the pine forest, they are not so rich. They got animals, but they're not so much. So we are sitting on the gold mine.
So according to you, what human can do to protect wildlife worldwide?
I think if you leave wildlife on its own, they know how to take care of themselves. They know how to fend for themselves, they know how to build their nest, their home, they know how to find food, they know how to find their mate, they know how to raise a family. So the wildlife in the jungle, they are all 100% able to take care of themselves. What they cannot take care of is human beings coming into their environment. If we are a friendly neighbor, we stay with them, we are part of their group, they welcome us. But most people, we start destroying their home. We pluck a tree, we kill a plant, we trap an animal, we kill an insect. So actually, when we talk about wildlife protection, environment protection, it's not that the animal need protection. The animals are okay already. We just need to help ourselves, our fellow human being, be a bit more aware how to live in harmony so that we don't destroy them. They don't come and destroy us. They are all happy where they are. It's actually we who go and destroy the environment. That's why if you look at our tagline, our wild world, and our tagline is, the animal is us. So from the animal point of view, we look at the human beings coming to their home. We trap them, we eat them, we destroy their home, we pollute the water, we take the flower, we take the fruits, we destroy them. So when you talk about protecting them, if you leave them alone, they can protect themselves. But when you talk about protecting, it's about making us human beings aware that our life is actually very linked to nature. And when you don't have nature, actually our life becomes go down as well. Take for example what is happening in the world. The honey bee. The bees in the world is disappearing all over the world. They're getting lesser and lesser and lesser. And colonies of bees are just disappear. They die, or they are doing a lot of research and find out why all these honeybees are disappearing. They find is because we use a lot of insecticide, and the bee come to the plant, they get poisoned and they die, or it affects their brain. They fly out, they cannot find their way back. And when these honeybees start losing, they find our orchard, our fruit farm, our vegetable farm are no longer able to produce the fruits. So if we don't have the honeybees, because they are all going to go off, more than half of our food that we eat will disappear. More than half. So you can forget about your oranges, your apple, your fruits and all that, because all these, they need the bees or the insect to pollinate, to create. So you just see by destroying a little thing like a bee, the impact can be also for us. So I hope we become aware, it's not too late, that we initiate a protection of the environment, of the nature. From who? From us actually.
So what are your plans to raise up the awareness of protecting nature for the people?
So part of my task, which I have joy to doing, is to make this people, make this realization to a lot more people, to be aware that they come, they like nature, okay, you go in. There's a saying, you come, you take nothing but photograph, and you leave nothing behind except your footstep. So you don't leave rubbish, you don't leave your waste, you take it out. And if whatever you want to take from the jungle, you just take a video clipping or a photograph. You don't take an animal or a plant out. So that is what I do by the activities here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gary, for your informative sharing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. See you next time.